What's up with the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Before we get into this video, make sure y'all stay to the end. Definitely have a lot of information that I got to give out to y'all today. Definitely apologize too. If this isn't, all the way zoomed in, I tried to do my best, to show y'all the videos and but when it comes down to it, it's hard for me to show these different type of videos of copyright and stuff like that. That's why I say a lot of times I gotta watch what I say. I gotta watch what I put on my channel because it can get taken down. But y'all have here, y'all will find this on Brianna Morello X account. Says Gibson and Go co-founder Jacob Wells says he wouldn't say I'm proud when it comes to Karmelo Anthony raising over $500,000 on his platform. Today, not only are we going to be talking about Karmelo Anthony, Austin McCaff, but we're also I'm going to mention something about the pretty sure the Shiloh Hendricks that situation too. And it's nothing crazy or anything, but I have something that I want to say with that as well. But check this out.
There will always be people donating for the wrong reasons. I mean, on any campaign, there are people that believe that the best way forward is racial division. That's what they believe, and so they're going to stoke the flames of racial division however they can, and people do that all the time. That's just the prerogative of living, or the let's say, not even say penalty, but when you live in free societies, which we do, there is a price to pay, and that is it allows for some people to do things that might not be good. And I think people do that all the time. Like the death threats that we have, or just even saying nasty things to people. Like, well, that's your prerogative. I don't think that's a good thing. Like, do you think you're building society by cussing and swearing and being derogatory to people? Like, no, I don't think many people would agree with that, but yet we have freedom to do it. And so there are people that think that's the best way forward. And I don't find any validation in that in the real world as far as making a positive difference. I think it just adds more fuel to the fire. And I think they're happy with that because that's what they want. When someone is championing a racial narrative that is divisive and not unifying, then I would claim that that's a wrong reason to be donating. And there are people that have donated that are making claims that are divisive and not unifying. So,
but I feel like that also is to be expected. And I also feel like he's obviously somebody that and with these companies, they get their cut, out of it. They get their cut. But on top of that, I look at the simple fact, and I'm gonna tell y'all something because it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. When it comes to Karmelo and people donating with that, a lot of those donations weren't, and I know y'all know this, a lot of those donations weren't to help Karmelo get a house. And I'm not making up excuses. Don't think I am. Those donations weren't for him to get a house. Those donations weren't to make him feel better. It wasn't to get cars. It wasn't to get clothes. It had nothing to do with any of that at all. Even though they were in the wrong, for obviously using that money for those reasons. But that's not the point. The point is that the people that was donating to Karmelo, a lot of the people were aimed towards hate. It was all with hate. It was all with, having a division. It was all because of that. I can tell y'all right now, when it came to those people donating to Karmelo, and this is the difference. This is the truth, and the truth hurts sometimes. When it comes to people obviously donating to Karmelo, one thing about it is that so many people weren't looking at the fact of, okay, let me help this young man out with this and that. You know what I mean? It was more so of out the anger and honestly, it's not helping nothing. That's what I don't like when it comes to regardless of whatever race you are. When you become into want division and not trying to move forward and not trying to help the fact that and it's a right or wrong situation. I find it absolutely disgusting, and it's a shame that people are doing that. It's a shame that people are doing it. And one thing about it is that people have to understand the importance of how I have two daughters, bro. And I'm trying to have people understand. I got two daughters, bro. And one thing about it that I'm absolutely scared of, seeing stuff like this, this whole situation when it comes to this track meet, is that my daughters are 4 and 1, and I'm already thinking, we just started Rennie, she's 4. We just started her, preschool, like this. It's a preschool program, homeschool, and obviously she'll have those activities outside of our home, but it's just stuff like that. It's sad that I've always grown up to that I want kids, and to be able to put them on a bus. It's so sad, bro, to even put your kids on a bus. And I prayers to y'all. I don't want anything to happen to anybody's kids that's at school, wherever. But I feel for y'all, because it is a crazy world that we live in. Not only just the kids that are in the school system, but the adults that send these threats and talk like that about other kids, all because of a situation of a boy being in the wrong about it. And the crazy thing, they know he was in the wrong about it. He knows he's in the wrong about it. And it's all with this division and race. I mean, I'm telling y'all, it's sickening.
And those are in some of the comments. Unfortunately, like I said, in free societies, people can say things that are divisive and not unifying. And so there's another piece there. I'm trying to think. And they go both ways too. I mean, we've seen people who have made donations because donating is a way for you to comment on a campaign page, and they are on the other side of the political spectrum of a campaign, in a highly politicized campaign, and this one is as well. It's almost followed a level of political division, but you have people that are on the other side of the aisle, and they'll donate the minimum $5 donation just so they can post a comment being derogatory to the Karmelo family or the Anthony family. So they're intentionally donating just so that they can say a comment to go after and have it be public.
Exactly. That's mainly what I was trying to get people to understand. Mind you, I feel like it is, crazy. It's insane that spending the money on what they spending on, when we see the house and we see the cars and we see this and we see that. But at the same time, people aren't aiming to, now I can tell y'all one thing. When it comes to a lot of people that was donating and then the word got out of what they were doing with the money, I guarantee those same people that was donating are looking crazy right now and struggling. Not to knock anybody down, bro. I'm not that type of person. Not to knock anybody down. But again, it's just one of those things. The truth hurts. Guaranteed, bro. People, because of the hate that they have, just because the hate that they have, bro, I guarantee that they wanted to comment so bad because they were so hateful and so negative that those same people that donated and seeing how much he raised, over $500,000, seeing that it was so many people that were on social media saying they bought this, they got a house, they got security, they got this, they got that, and the same people that donated are sitting at home struggling, bro. When it come to bills, when it come to gas, when it come to, and they were wondering like, why did I backfire, just like that, because it when it comes to right or wrong situation, they know they was in the wrong. I don't care what anybody say, bro. Y'all can hop in my comments, say this, say that. Karmelo Anthony was in the wrong, bro. I keep saying it. I'm telling y'all. Here is Reverend Jordan Wells on the co-founder of Give Send Go.
You remember Karmelo Anthony, his GoFundMe was taken out because GoFundMe said we want nothing to do with raising money for a case like this, for a criminal, right? So they found a new place, Go Send Me. Well, Go Send Me said they are, Go Send Me said, co-founder was on Fox News today, and a few days ago, whenever, and he said he hates the idea of having to host this, to have Karmelo, which the money has slowed. I guess the black people that are doing it, they've run out of money.
See, and that's why I said, even if they didn't run out of money, it's something that they didn't have. They only did it because, and it's not black people, mainly black people. That's one thing that I really can't stand is, when I see on X and they like the blacks or the black, bro, trust and believe, bro. I'm not rocking with Karmelo. I'm a person that is you, bro. You, regardless of the race that you are, it's either right or wrong, bro. If you was in the wrong with you, I'm gonna call you out on it, bro. I mean, I'm regardless of what it is, I'm gonna call you out on it, bro. I'm tired of this whole my people. We need to, bro, forget all of that, bro. People need to be smarter. They need to realize what's actually going on, and people need to kill all that race stuff, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. It is so. I had something I had written down. Yeah, I got something that I had to say. I didn't want to forget it. But I'm saying, y'all, when it comes down to it, people, we better than that, bro. I know. I have really, really strong supporters and subscribers. I ain't gonna say fans, bro. People be saying that, but I don't like that word. But like, I'm telling y'all, bro. The one thing about it is I feel like it's better than that, bro. Sad, bro. Regardless of whatever race you are.
They've run out of money to donate, so they've been stuck at this $500,000 for a while. I guess after they heard that they were buying new cars and stuff like that, they stopped.
See what I mean?
But he said he don't like it, so I have a message for him: take it down. Take it down. You should take down. They shouldn't be able to raise the money. You should take it down. That's what you should do. Co-founder.
Take it down. And I'm gonna be real, bro. Y'all want to be real with y'all? Take it down. And this, again, I'm probably about to get hella hate for this, bro. I already know I am. Ain't even gonna say refund the money, bro. Ain't even gonna say refund the money. I look at it as gather all that bread. They need to really go to Austin Metcalf's family, bro. They need to go to Austin Metcalf's family, bro. And everybody gonna be in the comments, why should they go to him? Why should they? I mean, come on, bro. Is that right or wrong situation? And you got people I didn't see in the comments on X. He should have a right to raise money for this, that, and the other. And this, me personally, I have an opinion, and that's just my opinion on how I feel about that situation. That's just my opinion on how I feel about the situation. Man, I'm telling y'all, bro, this is definitely sad. It's sickening. I seen this post. This is a person that has a grandchild that goes to the school with Karmelo, actually. Says, I'm from Allen, Texas. Karmelo went to school with my grandson. My grandson told us about Karmelo having sticky fingers. The tents are set up for the team to keep their equipment out of the sun and rain. Obviously, y'all know it was like rain during the day. And, a place to keep personal belongings secure. This is why they don't want anyone in their team area, which is understandable. What I've been trying to explain to everybody, why would you want people around your equipment, around your thing, especially if you don't know? Me personally, if I was up under the tent and I told somebody to bounce, regardless, again, whatever race you are, if you don't belong under that tent, and I want, and bro, if word got around that this kid, first of all, when you go to a track meet, let me explain something. I ran track. When you go to a track meet, you usually see, and I don't know what Karmelo was wearing during that day. I feel like that's a question that I really haven't asked, and I know it probably doesn't matter to a lot of people, but I feel like it matters just based off of a response, maybe. Why is this kid sitting right here? He's not in track uniform. He's not in a jumpsuit. He's a tracksuit. He's not, he's not in any of these things, but wearing a book bag, sitting in our tent. You know what I mean? It's things like that. Again, the next paragraph says Karmelo has been known to go through other players' book bags, bags and students' backpacks. Karmelo has been caught at school stealing, and his reaction is to throw fist. It will probably come out in the trial. Thank you for this message in your video. I agree with everything you stated. So therefore, y'all have it right there. Is that not only from multiple things, we've heard from the school saying that Karmelo has been caught with knives multiple times, as well as been caught stealing. And then a young lady got on, the news and said that Karmelo, I've known him for fighting. As y'all can see, it hasn't. This isn't the first time that it has been said. So I feel like a lot of this definitely is going to come out, in trial, of course. But that is a question that I do. I wonder what he was. I don't know what he was wearing. I don't know. It's a question I do have. But then again, you have here, and this brings me to my next point. This is Jacob Wells. I don't think I could. So it didn't let me zoom in. It won't let me zoom in on X for some reason. But this Jacob Wells, y'all can see this on Jacob Wells. I apologize if y'all can't see this, but I will read it for y'all. At Give Send Go, we recently disabled comments on the fundraising campaigns for Karmelo Anthony and Shiloh Hendricks. So they disabled the comments because due to the unacceptable volume of R word and derogatory remarks. At the time the comments were turned off, both campaigns have raised approximately $500,000 with around 15,000 donors each. We remain committed to ensuring all refunds raised are delivered to the campaign recipients as intended. However, literally says here, the remarks do not reflect on Gibson goals, values of hope, compassion, and fairness. Our platform exists to support individuals and families in need, and we uphold the principle that everyone deserves a fair process, not judgment by mob outrage. We took action to stop the spread of rhetoric while ensuring the campaigns continue to serve their intended purpose. We call for respectful dialogue, understanding, even the challenging situations. Thank you for supporting our mission to share hope and help. Okay, so my thing with it is that what I find very interesting, I should say, what I find very interesting with this whole thing, and then you have here, you have Shiloh Hendricks, created by Shiloh Hendricks. She has raised $523,980, and Karmelo has raised $520,556. Campaign created by the Anthony family, and it says campaign funds will be received by a Kayla Hayes. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's his mom or whoever it is, but y'all over here. So how I feel about this whole situation, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I said, when it comes to Karmelo and when it comes to Shiloh, and I feel like everybody's been waiting on this, on how I feel about this. And I'm going to be real with y'all. Again, may receive the hate, but I don't care because I'm going to say it. Karmelo and Shiloh, these are two different things, bro. These are two different things. And I know I'm going to have people that agree with me on this, but then that brings me to my next point. Shiloh and Karmelo is two different things, right? You got one person that unalived another student. You got a student unalived another student. You got Shiloh. I don't know. Again, I haven't, watched the full thing. Obviously, I haven't clicked on the video. I'm so serious. I haven't watched the video. I need to watch the video though. But I've obviously seen what other people has been saying and things like that. And how I look at it, when it comes to this Shiloh thing of calling a kid, bro, look, this how I'm gonna put it, bro. This division stuff, bro, It has to stop. I looked at the comments left on Shiloh's. I looked at the comments that was on Karmelo stuff. And you have so many people that are saying the most R-word stuff. It is absolutely insane, bro. And I understand, I can't even really say that I understand like both. Because again, these are two separate things. But my thing is, all in all, and like I said, I'm gonna always be real with y'all. If anybody deserves the money, I look at Austin Metcalf deserves the money more than both of these individuals. And this is only because I'm saying this is because people are comparing the two. And I'm saying Carmelo Anthony's name and Shiloh Hendricks' name everywhere. And I look at the fact that, you have Austin Metcalf here. And Austin Metcalf raised, people raised. And that again, this is what goes to show right here of this division, this hate. People raised over $473,000 for Austin Metcalf. I don't even think he raised over $500,000, and that's the sad part about it. Everybody's talking about this, everybody's talking about that, and this kid lost his life because of a kid that obviously didn't want to walk away, and a kid that grabbed the knife and pulled out a knife. But I mean, it is all there, and this kid got $470,000. But you go back, and we talking about both of these, individuals that raised over $500,000. And regardless of any given situation, like I said, these situations are two different things. You got one person unaliving somebody and one person using words. And even though it is a horrible word, bro, it's a horrible word, for an individual to say. That brings me to my next point. This brings me to my next point. Bro, when is it going to stop, bro? When is it going to stop when it comes to I don't know, bro, like, for people to just understand and realize, like, just stop the racial remarks and the like, just it's not called for it, bro. Like I said, I had this and I had to put this down, that we all have a choice. We have a choice to either bring to be, that R word, or to be just a great individual, a better individual at the end of the day. That's how I look at it. Like I said, I have a lot of support. I have a lot of people, and when I see these comments that's left for me and my comments that are on X, it's so bad on just how and what people say. Man, I'm an African American, but most of all, bro, I'm an African American, a U.S. citizen, and I always tell people, bro, regardless of any given situation, that's why I said it's just one of those things when it, right or wrong. It's right or wrong. And for these two people to raise over 500,000 is, I don't know, it just shows the division. But at the same time, even though I'm African American, I receive these comments, U.S. citizen, American, I'm at the end of the day, bro, I'm a child of God, bro. I always tell y'all this, almost every video. I'm a child of God, bro. So regardless of any given situation, people gotta start and realizing the bigger picture, bro. Stop with all this division. And you got somebody here, if blacks don't want to be around whites don't want to be around blacks, we should segregate. Like, it's stuff like that. You know what I mean? First of all, my girl is white. I look at her family as my family. She looks at my family as her family. My daughter is biracial. Even if, regardless of the race of who I was dating and who I was with, bro, just me as a person, it shows your character, bro. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Like, people gotta kill that, bro. and be better than that. You can't sit there and yell that you don't want division, but you sitting here and you giving into it to where you have to be this way towards another individual. You don't have to be that way, bro. Regardless of any given situation, bro, if you're in the wrong, like I said, I'm going to call you out on it. You're in the wrong. And if you're in the right, you're in the right. I mean, regardless of the situation, like, people got to kill all that division, that race. You got somebody, Damani on X saying, I'm not taking the bait on the whole Shiloh Hendrix playground N-word situation. It's obviously intended to divide the races, just like Karmelo Anthony's situation. There's right and wrong behavior. Two things can be wrong at the same time, and we'd be wise to remember that. Now, like I said, I do agree with what he's saying, but I also got to say that those two things you cannot compare. Now, when it comes down to it, to where you do see that division and see the R words that's in the comments on that Give Send Go on both, when it comes to Karmelo and Shiloh, people got to chill with that, bro. I'm telling y'all, it's just like what I just said about, the whole Karmelo Anthony situation. A lot of people are looking at the simple fact of division, looking at, this anger that, you know what I mean? Rather than, bro, we got to look at the bigger picture, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like, this stuff is going to get worse, bro. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about the next generation, the next, my kids, just stuff like that. And I don't know. It's absolutely sad. It's absolutely sad. That's just how I feel about it. Obviously I probably get, people, being hateful in my comments and saying that, maybe this person, maybe Shiloh does deserve, what she's doing. You might have Karmelo, people talking about Karmelo. I get it. I get all of those comments. But at the end of the day, bro, if you wrong in this situation, you're wrong, bro. If you wrong in the situation, you wrong. Regardless how it is, it's no excuse for it. None of that. If you wrong, you're wrong. Like I said, when it comes to that video, they said something about a thief of a child of a, and just man, listen. Regardless, if you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. Like I said, you can't compare those two. Obviously, that's something that happened at a playground verbally, and this is something that another kid obviously unallowed another kid. So that's just how I feel about it. Like I said, I might get a lot of hate, but at the same time, wrong is wrong. I'm not saying that Shiloh Hendrix was right to say that at all. I'm not saying that definitely not no damn Karmelo because he was definitely wrong in the situation. But at the same time, people, bro, I'm telling y'all, we gotta do better, bro. We gotta do better. I'm telling y'all, if you got great character, a loving person, and just that have that mentality of knowing who's right, who's wrong, and just having a mentality of, I don't know, just an amazing person, bro. I'm going to rock with you. I mean, that's just what it is. But if people going to continue to be like this, bro, I can't do it no more, bro. I don't even want to put myself around that to be, regardless of whatever race you are. It's uncalled for. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe, and definitely appreciate y'all. Let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. Catch y'all next one.